But get this, it wasn't just physical. They also measured how mentally ready the athletes felt. The delayed group scored a really confident 85.6. They trusted their knee, they were ready to go all out. The standard group, a measly 51.9. Think about that. They were back on the field, but they were playing with fear, with doubt, and that hesitation is a huge risk factor.
And that all brings us back to the knockout punch, that seven-fold increase in the chance of tearing that same ACL again for the early return group. This isn't just some interesting correlation, it is a clear, stark warning. Rushing back just because the calendar says you can is a massive, massive gamble.
Okay, so if time isn't the right way to measure this, what is? Let's break down the new evidence-based checklist. This is what READY actually looks like, and it's the practical side of this whole shift in thinking.
First, you got to understand this key idea, the Limb Symmetry Index, or LSI. It's a simple concept, but it's super powerful. Basically, we test both your legs, the injured one and the healthy one, on things like strength and hopping, and then we compare the scores. The goal is to get that injured leg performing at 90% or better than your good leg. That's the target.
So what's on this new Return to Sport checklist? Well, it's backed by major sports medicine groups, and it has a few key parts. First, yeah, you do need at least 9 months for that deep biological healing to happen. But then, you need to hit that 90% symmetry mark on quad strength and on a whole series of hop tests. And of course, you have to have the basics down, full range of motion, and absolutely no pain or feelings of instability.
And here is the most important part. This is not a buffet where you can pick and choose what you want. An athlete has to check every single box on this list. Passing 1 or 2 tests isn't good enough. The only way to really lower that re-injury risk is to satisfy the entire checklist, proving you're healed both biologically and functionally.
This new focus on hitting real-world criteria is opening up some really exciting new doors. The whole field is starting to question some of its oldest assumptions, including whether surgery is always necessary in the first place. Right now, we're seeing 2 different but still criteria-based paths emerge. On one path, you have the improved surgical approach, which focuses on intense, function-based rehab after the surgery. But on the other path, you have these new, non-surgical ideas, like the cross-bracing protocol, which uses a special brace to try and create the perfect environment for the ligament to heal itself.
The cool thing is, both of these paths, the surgical one and the non-surgical one, they share the same core idea. It's this rediscovery of the body's incredible power to heal itself if we just stop rushing it and give it the time and the right structure it needs to work its magic.
And that leaves us with the biggest, most provocative question of all, one that is truly changing the future of sports medicine. We now have the tools to measure recovery for real. We get the risks of coming back too soon. So the